The sun was beginning to set, casting golden light across the water. It had been a long day. Crowds of people had followed Jesus everywhere, listening, watching, waiting. And now, as evening came, Jesus turned to his disciples and said, "Let us go over to the other side." There was something calm in his voice, something steady. So they stepped into the boat and left the crowd behind. At first, everything was peaceful. The water moved gently beneath them. The air was still. Some of the disciples were fishermen. They knew these waters well. This felt familiar. It felt safe. But storms don't always send a warning. Without notice, the wind began to rise. The sky darkened. The calm waters turned restless and violent. Waves crashed against the boat, one after another, filling it with water. The boat began to rock, harder and harder. Fear took hold. These were experienced men who had spent their lives at sea, and yet this storm terrified them. They fought to stay in control, but the storm was stronger. Panic filled the air, and then they noticed something. Jesus was asleep, lying on a cushion, resting. While the storm raged, he was at peace. Can you imagine that? Everything around them was falling apart, and yet he was completely calm. The disciples rushed to him, desperate, soaked, afraid. "Teacher," they cried, "don't you care if we drown?" In that moment, fear had become louder than faith. Jesus opened his eyes, not in panic, not in fear, but in quiet authority. He stood up, facing the wind, the waves, the chaos, and he spoke. "Peace, be still." Just 3 words, no struggle, no effort. And instantly the wind stopped. The waves settled. The storm obeyed. The sea became completely calm, not slowly, not gradually, but immediately. Silence filled the air. The same waters had been raging, now lay still. The disciples stood there speechless. Moments ago they were certain they would die. Now everything was peaceful. Jesus turned to them and said, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" No words of anger, but words that reached deeper in their hearts. The disciples looked at one another in awe, whispering, "Who is this, that even the wind and the waves obey him? Who is this? He is the one who speaks peace into chaos, the one who brings calm into fear, the one who is not shaken even when everything around us is." And maybe this story isn't just about a storm on the sea. Maybe it's about the storms we face. The moments when life feels overwhelming, when fear rises, when everything feels out of control. The moments when we ask, God, do you even care? But this story reminds us, even when it feels like He is silent, He is still present. Even when it feels like He is distant, He is still in the boat. And when the time is right, He will stand and speak into your storm. Peace, be still, and everything will change.